Well, Happy New Year, everybody. My name's Kevin Marino, and you're going to start hearing a lot from me this year on this channel, this page, which is Work with Kevin Marino, putting a lot of information out here. Obviously, many of you are familiar with me. Some of you were brand new. Very nice to meet you. Looking forward to reading your comments, your messages, things like that. There's a significant amount of information that I would like to share with you over the year. I've been in and out of this industry for quite some time. And what we're going to find is that I'm sure there's a tremendous amount of information that we can share back and forth that will actually benefit both of us. So what I'm going to do, give you a quick little brief background, and I'm going to really get into the goals, because what a lot of people miss in getting their New Year's resolutions is there's really nothing concrete. So just so you understand who I am, where I've come from, I've been a serial entrepreneur my entire life. So I've done many different things, from bars and restaurants, hovercraft dealership. Yes, believe it or not, I actually used to sell hovercrafts. Started with network marketing in the early 90s, been doing networking on and off for 26 years. I got dragged back into what I call the dark side, back into Julie Manufacturing. Good morning. Julie Manufacturing, after we sold that company off, I got into actually high-end residential housing. Okay, when you think about all that craziness, what happened? Well, when I went dead broke for the third time in my life, guess what? Somebody came back to me with network marketing. I jumped back in. I decided, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it well. I'm going to do it right. So because of that, I really started to focus. I've been with a couple companies over the last 6 years. Became a seven-figure earner with each one, and now my goal now is actually to teach people how to do the same basic thing. You see, because obviously, once you've been there once, people say, you got lucky. Once you do it a second time, people go, he kind of might know what he's talking about. So hopefully I'm one of those guys that knows what I'm talking about, and I'd like to share as much as I can with you. And what I'd like to start with is changing your perspective going into the new year. One of the things you're going to find from me is I'm a straight shooter. I don't sugarcoat things. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm just going to give it to you. And because of that, what ends up happening is I have a lot of people that really, really enjoy the way I teach, because I am just straightforward and I don't sugarcoat things. But I will tend to tick you off from time to time, because I have a knack for pointing out the blatantly obvious that you may not have realized before. So with that in mind, let's look at New Year's resolutions. All right, so going into the new year, everybody comes up with these New Year's resolutions. I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to drink anymore. What they really should say is, I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to drink any less, but I'm not going to drink anymore. You see, a lot of folks, they don't have a goal. It's a resolution. I'm not going to bite my nails. I'm going to get up earlier. I'm going to do this. It's not really a goal. It's just a resolution. But at least some people actually write down some of their resolutions, but the majority of people don't. You see, if you really want to make a significant difference in your life, it comes down to written goals. And a lot of times people, they kind of do one of these, written goals, blah, 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 tell your story walking. And what folks don't understand is, with written goals, your business, first off, you'll improve your life because you have a focus. All right, it's like a GPS. Your goals are like a GPS. Let me put it this way. If you're going, and I live in Connecticut, so if I live in Connecticut and I decide I'm going to drive to California, all right, without using a GPS, I can go west. All right, if I go west, I can just keep heading there, and eventually I'm probably going to hit the ocean if I just keep going west. Now, if my target is Manhattan Beach outside Los Angeles, well, what's going to happen is that's going to be a little bit more difficult to pinpoint as I'm going west. But if I have a GPS, my trip will be more direct. Okay, it'll stop me from doing this all over the place as I'm going across the country, because just because I'm going west, you and I both know, not all roads, when they say east and west, actually go east and west. Some of them go a little bit north, a little bit south. Sometimes you need to get around some traffic. There's some congestion in the area. And when that starts happening, your GPS can get you around that. Well, your goals are just like a GPS. See, your goals are going to get you around the issues. They're going to get you reset back on track as you're going across the country. These are important things. So think about this. How would you like your business to be 30 to 40% more profitable this year just by being more focused? You see, this isn't rocket science by any means. This is not rocket science. This is simple, straightforward. This is what you do. See, my goal is to get people to reach where they're trying to go. So I always tell people, take out a pen, a piece of paper, and write down what would you do if you had $1 million in your hand right now. What would you do if you had $5 million in your hand right now? All right? Write the top 20 things you would do for you, and then write down the top 20 things you would do for other people. So maybe maybe you have an elderly parent, and they're in an assisted living facility that's not so good. You might want to move them to a better assisted living facility. Maybe your kids, you want to send them to private school. You don't like the public schools that are near you. So that you figure out what are the things you want to do for others. And then with you, do you want a new car? Do you want to change your zip code? Do you want to do continuing education? Even if that continuing education is within our profession. Have you gone to an Eric Worre event? Have you gone to see Bob Heilig? Have you read all, you read the book by Jordan Adler? Have you seen him live? Have you seen Les Brown live? Have you worked with Ray Higdon? Have you done retreats with these guys to spend a week learning how to be the person who improves your business? Have you done that? The question is, do you want to do that? See, if you really want to do that, then you can. But you need a plan. Now, see, my plan when I came back into network marketing was I said, well, I've done 6 figures before. I've done multiple 6 figures before. Let's quit screwing around. Let's go for 7. All right? And I did that. Company I worked with decided they didn't want to do our division anymore. They still were paying us, and it was an energy company. They still continued to pay us when they closed our division down. And it's 2 years later, they still pay me to this day, which is men of integrity. I'll give them that. But I then went work and decided. I consulted for a while. Then I went to work with another company. Set a bunch of goals. Sat down with the leaders. Wrote out the goals. And hit 7 figures within a year. Now, folks, I'm not going to tell you you're going to hit 7 figures within a year. But what I will tell you is if you work and you stick to a plan, you will get there. And it's not about slow and steady wins the race. It's about fast with massive action. Slow and steady only wins the race if fast with massive action goes to sleep. Okay, so if you get that concept, if you understand that, and you really want to plug in, and you want 2017 to be the best damn year you've ever had, you want to break your own personal records, you need to start by writing down the goals. You need to start by putting it together. All right, see, if you write down the goals, if you get focused, you have a shot at getting where you want to go. Now, can you get there without writing them down? Yeah. You can meander west, and eventually you will hit that Pacific Ocean. But my question to you is, would you rather do it quickly, or would you rather take your time? Or would you rather get lost along the way? You see, my goal is to lay out a path. My goal is to lay out a focused direction, a focused path for you to follow to get there. Now, I work with many people and coach many people from many different types of companies, from energy to to service companies, to weight loss, to product-based companies, to newfangled things that go on your wrist, to wearing your head, see goggles. I mean, I've coached people from so many different types of companies that what they all realize eventually is every company needs the exact same skills. I don't care what company you're with, it's exactly the same skills. That's why I've gone from 2 totally different types of companies and gone to 7 figures. Why? Exact same skill set to do it in one and to go to the next and do it in that one. Folks, if you're looking to learn those skill sets, those are my boys. Those are my boys. You will meet them one of these days. Boys, you'll meet them one of these days. They are they're Spence and Serge. They're my 2 70-pound poodles that they go everywhere with me. And one of the great things about network marketing is you can do that. So I will go keep them quiet, and I will see you again very soon because we're going to continue this lesson. Take it easy, everybody.